Welcome to the most intensive English learning challenge you've ever encountered. I'm your host, Olivia, and this is the C1 Mastery Challenge, where we're going to transform your English from good to exceptional in just 30 days. You asked for it, and here it is, a systematic, scientific approach to mastering 200 advanced vocabulary words and achieving C1 proficiency in 1 month. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is a proven methodology based on accelerated learning principles and neuroplasticity research. Let me be completely transparent with you. This challenge is demanding. Achieving C1 level in 30 days requires unwavering commitment, strategic focus, and intensive daily practice. But if you're ready to dedicate yourself fully to this goal, the transformation will be extraordinary. Today's episode contains your complete roadmap, the 200 essential words categorized by theme, the daily study schedule, memory techniques that ensure retention, and practice exercises that accelerate fluency. We'll also address the psychological strategies needed to maintain motivation during intensive learning periods. This isn't theoretical. This is practical, actionable, and results-oriented. By the end of this hour, you'll have everything you need to begin your transformation. The only question is, are you ready to commit? Let's begin your journey to C1 Mastery. Week 1, Academic and Professional Excellence, 50 words. Day 1 to 2, Intellectual Discourse, 20 words. Substantiate, verb, to provide evidence to support or prove the truth of. You need to substantiate your claims with concrete data. Corroborate, verb, to confirm or give support to a statement or theory. Several witnesses corroborated her account of the incident. Paradigm, noun, a typical example or pattern of something, a worldview. The discovery shifted the entire scientific paradigm. Juxtapose, verb, to place or deal with close together for contrasting effect. The film juxtaposes urban poverty with rural prosperity. Synthesize, verb, to combine elements to form a coherent whole. The report synthesizes data from multiple sources. Scrutinize, verb, to examine or inspect closely and thoroughly. Investors will scrutinize the company's financial statements. Exemplify, verb, to be a typical example of something. This case exemplifies the broader problem we're facing. Proliferate, verb, to increase rapidly in numbers, multiply. Social media platforms continue to proliferate globally. Consolidate, verb, to make something physically stronger or more solid. We need to consolidate our market position before expanding. Contemplate, verb, to think about something deeply and at length. She contemplated the implications of her decision. Articulate, adjective/verb, clearly expressed, to express clearly. He gave an articulate explanation of complex concepts. Eloquent, adjective, fluent and persuasive in speaking or writing. Her eloquent speech moved the entire audience. Cogent, adjective, clear, logical, and convincing. The lawyer presented a cogent argument to the jury. Astute, adjective, having sharp judgment, shrewd. His astute observations impressed the board members. Discerning, adjective, having good judgment or insight. A discerning critic recognizes subtle artistic nuances. Perceptive, adjective, having insight and understanding. Her perceptive analysis revealed hidden patterns. Pragmatic, adjective, dealing with things practically rather than idealistically. We need a pragmatic approach to solving this crisis. Empirical, adjective, based on observation or experience rather than theory. The conclusion is supported by empirical evidence. Comprehensive, adjective, complete and including everything necessary. The report provides a comprehensive overview of market trends. Meticulous, adjective, showing great attention to detail, very careful. The researchers' meticulous methodology ensured accurate results. Day 3-4, Professional Advancement. Spearhead, verb, to lead an attack or movement. She spearheaded the company's digital transformation initiative. Orchestrate, verb, to plan or coordinate the elements of a complex activity. The CEO orchestrated a successful merger between the companies. Streamline, verb, to make an organization or system more efficient. The new software will streamline our inventory management process. Leverage, verb, to use something to maximum advantage. We can leverage our expertise to enter new markets. Optimize, verb, to make the best or most effective use of. The algorithm optimizes resource allocation across departments. Implement, verb, to put a decision or plan into effect. The team successfully implemented the new quality control measures. Facilitate, verb, to make an action or process easier or help achieve. The mediator facilitated productive discussions between parties. Collaborate, verb, to work jointly on an activity or project. International teams collaborate on groundbreaking research projects. Innovate, verb, to make changes in something by introducing new methods. Companies must innovate continuously to remain competitive. Differentiate, verb, to recognize or show the difference between things. The brand needs to differentiate itself from competitors. Strategic, adjective, relating to long-term aims or overall policy. The strategic decision positioned the company for future growth. Tactical, adjective, relating to immediate actions supporting strategy. The tactical implementation of the plan exceeded expectations. Pivotal, adjective, of crucial importance in relation to development. This meeting represents a pivotal moment for our partnership. Paramount, adjective, of the highest importance, supreme. Customer satisfaction is paramount to our business success. Integral, adjective, necessary to make a whole complete, essential. Technology is now integral to modern education delivery. Day 5 to 7, critical analysis. Assess, verb, to evaluate or estimate the nature, ability, or quality. Experts assess the environmental impact of the proposed project. Evaluate, verb, to form an idea of the amount, number, or value. The committee will evaluate all applications according to strict criteria. Critique, verb, to analyze and judge, a detailed analysis. The academic critique revealed fundamental flaws in the theory. Analyze, verb, to examine methodically and in detail. Data scientists analyze patterns to predict consumer behavior. Deconstruct, verb, to analyze by reducing to basic elements. The philosophy course deconstructed traditional ethical frameworks. Interpret, verb, to explain the meaning of information or actions. Historians interpret ancient texts to understand past civilizations. Deduce, verb, to arrive at a conclusion by reasoning. From the evidence, investigators deduced the sequence of events. Infer, verb, to deduce or conclude from evidence and reasoning. Readers can infer the author's political stance from subtle clues. Extrapolate, verb, to extend application of method or conclusion. Economists extrapolate future trends from current market data. Hypothesize, verb, to put forward as a hypothesis. Scientists hypothesize about dark matter's role in cosmic evolution. Objective, adjective, not influenced by personal feelings. Impartial. Journalists strive to maintain objective reporting standards. Subjective, adjective, based on personal opinions rather than facts. Art appreciation remains largely subjective despite critical frameworks. Rational, adjective, based on reason or logic. The decision was rational given the available information. Intuitive, adjective, using or based on what one feels without reasoning. Her intuitive understanding of market dynamics proved invaluable. Plausible, adjective, seeming reasonable or probable. The theory offers a plausible explanation for the observed phenomena. Week 2, Social Dynamics and Communication, 50 words. Day 8 to 9, Interpersonal Relations, 20 words. Empathize, verb, to understand and share feelings of another. Effective leaders empathize with their team members' challenges. Sympathize, verb, to feel pity and sorrow for someone's misfortune. The community sympathized with families affected by the disaster. Collaborate, verb, to work jointly toward a common goal. Cross-cultural teams collaborate on global sustainability projects. Mediate, verb, to intervene between parties to promote agreement. The diplomat mediated successfully between conflicting nations. Negotiate, verb, to discuss something to reach an agreement. Union representatives negotiate fair working conditions annually. Compromise, verb, to settle by mutual concession. Both parties reached a compromise that satisfied core interests. Reconcile, verb, to restore friendly relations, make consistent. The mediator helped reconcile the feuding business partners. Accommodate, verb, to fit in with wishes or needs of another. The hotel accommodated guests' special dietary requirements. Advocate, verb, to support or speak in favor of. She advocates for environmental protection in local communities. Diplomacy, noun, the art of dealing with people tactfully. His diplomacy prevented a potential conflict between departments. Tactful, adjective, having skill in dealing with others sensitively. The manager's tactful approach resolved the workplace tension. Diplomatic, adjective, dealing with situations sensitively and effectively. Her diplomatic response avoided offending any cultural groups. Cordial, adjective, warm and friendly in manner. Despite past disagreements, they maintained cordial professional relations. Congenial, adjective, pleasant because of shared interests or compatible. The congenial atmosphere encouraged open, honest discussions. Amicable, adjective, characterized by friendliness and absence of discord. They reached an amicable settlement without lengthy litigation. Harmonious, adjective, forming a pleasing, consistent whole. The harmonious workplace culture attracted top talent globally. Cohesive, adjective, forming a united whole. The cohesive team delivered exceptional results under pressure. Inclusive, adjective, including all people or things, comprehensive. The inclusive policies promoted diversity across all organizational levels. Reciprocal, adjective, given, felt, or done in return. The partnership involves reciprocal benefits for both organizations. Mutual, adjective, experienced or done by each toward the other. Mutual respect forms the foundation of successful collaborations. Day 10 to 11, Advanced Communication, 15 words. Articulate, verb, to express thoughts clearly and effectively. She articulated complex concepts with remarkable clarity and precision. Elucidate, verb, to make something clear, explain. The professor elucidated difficult theoretical concepts through practical examples. Elaborate, verb, to develop or present in detail. Could you elaborate on your proposal's implementation timeline? Expound, verb, to explain an idea in detail. The economist expounded his theory to the international conference. Convey, to communicate, to make known. The report conveys urgent concerns about climate change impacts. Impart, verb, to give or communicate knowledge or information. Experienced mentors impart valuable insights to new employees. Disseminate, verb, to spread or disperse widely. Social media platforms disseminate information at unprecedented speeds. Propagate, verb, to spread and promote widely. Educational programs propagate awareness about sustainable practices. Advocate, verb, to publicly support or recommend. Environmental groups advocate for stronger climate protection policies. Persuade, to convince someone through reasoning or argument. The presentation persuaded investors to fund the innovative project. Eloquent, adjective, fluent and persuasive in expression. His eloquent defense of human rights inspired international action. Compelling, adjective, evoking interest, attention, or admiration. The documentary presents compelling evidence of ocean pollution. Convincing, adjective, able to cause someone to believe something. Her convincing argument swayed even the most skeptical committee members. Coherent, adjective, logical and consistent, clearly reasoned. Lucid, adjective, expressed clearly, easy to understand. His lucid explanation helped everyone grasp complex financial concepts. Day 12 to 14, Conflict and Resolution, 15 words. Dispute, verb, noun, to disagree, a disagreement or argument. The territorial dispute required international mediation to resolve. Contest, verb, to dispute or challenge something. The opposition party contested the election results in court. Refute, verb, to prove something wrong or false. Scientific evidence refuted the conspiracy theory completely. Rebut, verb, to claim that evidence or accusation is false. The defense attorney rebutted the prosecution's main arguments. Counter, verb, to respond to something with opposing action. The company countered negative publicity with transparency initiatives. Oppose, verb, to disagree with or resist actively. Environmental groups oppose the proposed mining operation. Contradict, verb, to assert the opposite of a statement. New research contradicts previous assumptions about diet and health. Undermine, verb, to weaken or damage gradually. Persistent scandals undermined public confidence in the institution. Mitigate, verb, to make less severe, serious, or painful. Emergency measures helped mitigate the economic crisis impact. Alleviate, verb, to make suffering, deficiency, or problem less severe. The new medication alleviates chronic pain symptoms effectively. Contentious, adjective, causing or likely to cause disagreement. The contentious proposal sparked heated debates across Parliament. Controversial, adjective, giving rise to public disagreement. The controversial decision divided public opinion dramatically. Adversarial, adjective, involving conflict or opposition. The adversarial relationship hindered productive collaboration. Conciliatory, adjective, intended to placate or pacify. His conciliatory tone helped de-escalate the tense situation. Diplomatic, adjective, skilled in dealing with sensitive matters. The diplomatic solution satisfied all parties' essential interests. Week 3, Abstract Concepts and Critical Thinking, 50 words. Day 15 to 16, Philosophical Concepts, 20 words. Abstract, adjective, existing in thought or as an idea. Abstract concepts like justice require concrete examples for understanding. Concrete, adjective, existing in material form, specific. The policy needs concrete implementation steps, not vague promises. Theoretical, adjective, concerned with theory rather than practice. Theoretical knowledge must combine with practical experience for mastery. Empirical, adjective, based on observation rather than theory. Empirical research validates or challenges existing theoretical frameworks. Conceptual, adjective, relating to concepts or mental schemes. The conceptual framework guides how we interpret research data. Fundamental, adjective, forming necessary base or core, essential. Understanding fundamental principles enables advanced learning. Inherent, adjective, existing as natural or basic characteristic. Risk is inherent in all investment decisions and strategies. Intrinsic, adjective, belonging naturally, essential nature. The intrinsic value of education extends beyond economic benefits. Extrinsic, adjective, coming from outside, not inherent. Extrinsic motivation through rewards can diminish intrinsic interest. Tangible, adjective, perceptible by touch, clear, and definite. The project produced tangible improvements in community health outcomes. Intangible, adjective, unable to be touched, difficult to define. Company culture represents intangible assets that drive performance. Subjective, adjective, based on personal opinions or feelings. Art criticism involves subjective interpretation of aesthetic elements. Objective, adjective, not influenced by personal feelings. Scientific research strives for objective analysis of observable phenomena. Relative, adjective, considered in relation to something else. The concept of wealth is relative to cultural and temporal contexts. Absolute, adjective, not qualified or diminished in any way. Few moral principles claim absolute universal validity across cultures. Universal, adjective, applicable to all cases without exception. Universal human rights transcend cultural and national boundaries. Contextual, adjective, depending on circumstances or setting. Language meaning is often contextual rather than fixed. Paradoxical, adjective, seemingly contradictory but possibly true. The paradoxical nature of quantum mechanics challenges intuitive understanding. Dichotomy, noun, division into two opposing groups or classes. The nature-nurture dichotomy oversimplifies complex developmental processes. Synthesis, noun, combination of elements to form connected whole. The theory represents a synthesis of competing philosophical traditions. Day 17 to 18, causation and relationships, 15 words. Correlation, noun, mutual relationship between two or more things. Statistics show correlation between education levels and income. Causation, noun, relationship between cause and effect. Establishing causation requires more than observing correlation patterns. Consequence, noun, result or effect of an action or condition. The environmental consequences of industrialization became apparent gradually. Implication, noun, conclusion that follows from something. The research findings have serious implications for public policy. Ramification, noun, complex or unwelcome consequence. The decision's ramifications extended far beyond initial expectations. Catalyst, noun, agent that provokes significant change. The economic crisis served a catalyst for comprehensive reform. Perpetuate, verb, to make something continue indefinitely. Stereotypes perpetuate inequality across generations and communities. Exacerbate, verb, to make problem or bad situation worse. Climate change exacerbates existing social and economic inequality. Precipitate, verb, to cause something to happen suddenly. The scandal precipitated the government's rapid decline in popularity. Culminate, verb, to reach climax or point of highest development. Years of research culminated in groundbreaking medical breakthrough. Reciprocal, adjective, given, felt, or done in return. Successful relationships depend on reciprocal trust and respect. Interdependent, adjective, mutually dependent on each other. Global economies are increasingly interdependent and interconnected. Contingent, adjective, subject to chance, dependent on conditions. The project's success is contingent upon securing adequate funding. Inevitable, adjective, certain to happen, unavoidable. Technological advancement makes some job displacement inevitable. Predicament, noun, difficult, unpleasant, or embarrassing situation. The ethical predicament requires careful consideration of competing values. Day 19 to 21, evaluation and judgment, 15 words. Scrutinize, verb, to examine or inspect closely and thoroughly. Auditors scrutinize financial records for irregularities and discrepancies. Appraise, verb, to assess worth, value, or quality. Real estate experts appraise property values for mortgage applications. Discern, verb, to perceive or recognize clearly. Experienced teachers discern learning difficulties before formal assessment. Distinguish, verb, to recognize difference between things. Critical thinkers distinguish between opinion and evidence-based facts. Discriminate, verb, to recognize distinctions, to treat unfairly. Wine experts discriminate subtle flavor differences most people miss. Validate, verb, to check or prove accuracy or truth. Peer review processes validate scientific research before publication. Verify, verb, to establish truth or correctness. Journalists verify facts through multiple independent sources. Authenticate, verb, to prove something is genuine. Art experts authenticate paintings using advanced scientific techniques. Substantiate, verb, to provide evidence to support claims. Legal arguments must substantiate claims with credible evidence. Vindicate, verb, to clear of blame or suspicion. New evidence vindicated the wrongly convicted defendant completely. Credible, adjective, able to be believed, convincing. Credible witnesses provided consistent accounts of the incident. Legitimate, adjective, conforming to law, rules, or standards. The government's response raised questions about legitimate authority. Authoritative, adjective, commanding respect through knowledge. The authoritative reference work became the field's standard text. Definitive, adjective, conclusive, settling an issue finally. The Supreme Court's ruling provided definitive legal guidance. Indisputable, adjective, unable to be challenged or denied. The mathematical proof provided indisputable evidence for the theorem. Week 4, Innovation and Future Thinking, 50 words. Day 22-23, Change and Progress, 20 words. Innovation, noun, introduction of new ideas, methods, or things. Technological innovation drives economic growth across developing nations. Revolution, noun, dramatic and wide-reaching change. The digital revolution transformed how we communicate and work. Evolution, noun, gradual development or natural progression. Language evolution reflects cultural and technological changes over time. Transformation, noun, thorough or dramatic change in form. The company's transformation from startup to industry leader took decades. Transition, noun, process of changing from one state to another. The transition to renewable energy requires substantial infrastructure investment. Breakthrough, noun, sudden, important development or discovery. The medical breakthrough offers hope for millions of patients. Pioneer, verb, noun, to develop or be first to use new methods. Early adopters pioneered social media marketing strategies. Innovate, verb, to make changes by introducing new methods. Companies must innovate continuously to maintain competitive advantages. Revolutionize, verb, to change something completely and dramatically. Smartphones revolutionized personal communication and information access. Modernize, verb, to adapt something to modern needs or habits. Educational institutions modernize curricula to reflect industry demands. Progressive, adjective, favoring social reform and new ideas. Progressive policies address contemporary social and environmental challenges. Conservative, adjective, favoring traditional values and methods. Conservative approaches emphasize stability and proven methods. Conventional, adjective, based on accepted customs or standards. Conventional wisdom sometimes impedes innovative thinking and solutions. Radical, adjective, favoring extreme changes from accepted form. Radical proposals challenge fundamental assumptions about social organization. Unprecedented, adjective, never done or known before. The pandemic created unprecedented challenges for global healthcare systems. Cutting edge, adjective, latest or most advanced stage. Cutting edge research explores frontiers of human knowledge. State of the art, adjective, incorporating newest ideas and features. The laboratory features state-of-the-art equipment for genetic research. Obsolete, adjective, no longer produced or used. Outdated. Digital technology rendered many traditional communication methods obsolete. Archaic, very old or old-fashioned. Some legal language remains archaic despite modernization efforts. Contemporary, adjective, belonging to present time, modern. Contemporary art reflects current social and political themes. Day 24-25, Future Planning, 15 words. Anticipate, verb, to expect or predict something. Strategic planners anticipate market changes and prepare accordingly. Forecast, verb, noun, to predict future events or trends. Economic forecasts guide investment and policy decisions. Project, verb, to estimate future situation based on current trends. Demographics project significant population aging in developed countries. Envision, verb, to imagine as future possibility. Urban planners envision sustainable cities for future generations. Conceive, verb, to form idea or plan in the mind. Architects conceive buildings that balance aesthetics with functionality. Strategize, verb, to plan action intended to accomplish goal. Companies strategize market entry approaches for emerging economies. Formulate, verb, to create or devise methodically. Policymakers formulate responses to complex social challenges. Devise, to plan or invent a complex procedure or mechanism. Engineers devise solutions for sustainable transportation systems. Elaborate, verb, to develop something in detail. The proposal elaborates a comprehensive framework for educational reform. Refine, to improve something by making small changes. Continuous feedback helps refine products before market launch. Viable, adjective, capable of working successfully, feasible. Solar energy represents viable alternative to fossil fuel dependence. Feasible, adjective, possible to do easily or conveniently. The engineering team confirmed the project remains technically feasible. Sustainable, adjective, able to continue over time. Sustainable development balances economic growth with environmental protection. Scalable, adjective, able to change size or number. Cloud computing offers scalable solutions for growing businesses. Adaptable, adjective, able to adjust to new conditions. Adaptable organizations thrive during periods of rapid change. Day 26-28. Complex problem solving. 15 words. Synthesize, verb, to combine elements into coherent whole. Researchers synthesize findings from multiple studies for meta-analysis. Integrate, verb, to combine parts into unified whole. Modern education integrates technology with traditional teaching methods. Coordinate, verb, to organize different elements effectively. Project managers coordinate resources across multiple departments. Orchestrate, verb, to arrange elements of situation for desired effect. Marketing teams orchestrate campaigns across multiple platforms simultaneously. Optimize, verb, to make best or most effective use. Machine learning algorithms optimize resource allocation in real time. Streamline, verb, to make organization more efficient. Digital processes streamline administrative tasks and reduce errors. Prioritize, verb, to designate as being most important. Emergency responders prioritize patients based on injury severity. Systematize, verb, to arrange according to organized system. Quality control systematizes inspection procedures for consistency. Rationalize, verb, to make logical and consistent. Cost reduction efforts rationalize supply chain operations. Standardize, to cause to conform to standard. International organizations standardize procedures across member countries. Comprehensive, adjective, complete and including everything necessary. Comprehensive analysis considers all relevant factors and variables. Systematic, adjective, done according to fixed plan or system. Systematic research methodology ensures reliable and valid results. Methodical, adjective, done in an orderly, logical way. Methodical problem-solving approaches reduce errors and oversights. Rigorous, adjective, extremely thorough and careful. Rigorous testing procedures ensure product safety and reliability. Holistic, adjective, considering whole system rather than parts. Holistic healthcare addresses physical, mental, and social well-being. The science of rapid vocabulary acquisition. Before we dive into your daily schedule, let's understand why this intensive approach works. Neuroscience research shows that concentrated, repeated exposure to new vocabulary within short time frames creates stronger neural pathways than scattered learning over longer periods. The key is spaced repetition combined with contextual learning and active recall. You'll encounter each word multiple times in different contexts, forcing your brain to create rich, interconnected memories rather than isolated definitions. Daily schedule framework. Morning session, 30 minutes. New vocabulary acquisition. 7 new words maximum per day. Read definitions and example sentences. Create personal example sentences. Record yourself pronouncing each word. Write each word in your vocabulary journal. Midday session, 20 minutes. Active practice. Review previous day's words through flashcards. Complete contextual exercises. Practice using words in spoken sentences. Identify words in authentic texts, news, articles. Evening session, 25 minutes. Consolidation. Review all words learned in current week. Complete comprehensive exercises. Write paragraph using day's vocabulary. Listen to vocabulary in authentic contexts. Weekend intensive, 2 hours. Integration. Comprehensive review of week's vocabulary. Practice tests and advanced exercises. Create mind maps connecting related words. Record yourself using words in natural speech. Week 1, Academic and Professional Foundation. Days 1 through 2, Intellectual Discourse Mastery. Morning focus, master words 1 through 20, substantiate through meticulous. Create academic sentences for each word. Practice formal pronunciation patterns. Study collocations and word families. Identify roots and prefixes for memory aids. Practice activities. Write formal email using 10 target words. Record academic presentation snippet. Complete gap fill exercises with context clues. Identify these words in academic articles. Evening consolidation. Review through spaced repetition app. Create word association networks. Practice impromptu speaking with vocabulary. Write reflective paragraph using new words. Days 3 through 4, Professional Communication Excellence. Morning focus, master words 21 through 35, spearhead through integral. Focus on business context applications. Practice power vocabulary for meetings. Study formal register and tone. Learn phrasal verb alternatives. Practice activities. Role-play business scenarios using vocabulary. Write project proposal with target words. Practice elevator pitch including new vocabulary. Analyze business articles for word usage. Evening consolidation. Review through spaced repetition app. Create word association networks. Practice impromptu speaking with vocabulary. Write reflective paragraph using new words. Days 3 through 5, Critical Analysis Sophistication. Morning focus, master words 36 through 50, assess through plausible. Emphasize analytical thinking vocabulary. Practice academic argument structure. Study evaluation and judgment terms. Focus on precision in expression. Practice activities. Write critical analysis of current event. Practice debate using analytical vocabulary. Complete logical reasoning exercises. Record analysis of complex issue. Week 2, Social Dynamics and Advanced Communication. Days 8, 9, Interpersonal Mastery. Morning focus, master words 51 to 70, empathize through mutual. Practice relationship and teamwork vocabulary. Study diplomacy and conflict resolution terms. Focus on emotional intelligence language. Learn cultural sensitivity expressions. Practice activities. Role-play conflict resolution scenarios. Write diplomatic correspondence. Practice active listening with vocabulary. Engage in cross-cultural communication practice. Days 10, 11, Communication Excellence. Morning focus, master words 71 to 85, articulate through lucid. Emphasize persuasion and presentation skills. Practice public speaking vocabulary. Study rhetoric and argumentation terms. Focus on clarity and impact. Practice activities. Deliver persuasive mini presentations. Write compelling arguments using vocabulary. Practice storytelling with advanced language. Record podcast-style monologues. Days 10, 14, Conflict Resolution Expertise. Morning focus, master words 86 to 100, dispute through diplomatic. Study negotiation and mediation vocabulary. Practice problem-solving language. Focus on win-win communication. Learn crisis management expressions. Practice activities. Simulate negotiation scenarios. Write mediation proposals. Practice de-escalation conversations. Analyze case studies using vocabulary. Week 3, Abstract Thinking and Critical Analysis. Days 15, 16, Philosophical Sophistication. Morning focus, master words 101 to 120, abstract through synthesis. Study abstract concept vocabulary. Practice philosophical discussion terms. Focus on theoretical versus practical language. Learn academic discourse markers. Practice activities. Engage in philosophical debates. Write theoretical framework analysis. Practice abstract concept explanation. Discuss complex ideas using vocabulary. Days 17-18, causation and relationship analysis. Morning focus, master words 121 to 135, correlation through predicament. Study cause and effect vocabulary. Practice systems thinking language. Focus on relationship analysis terms. Learn research methodology expressions. Practice activities. Analyze complex systems using vocabulary. Write cause and effect essays. Practice hypothesis formation. Discuss research findings professionally. Days 19-21, evaluation and critical judgment. Morning focus, master words 136 to 150. Scrutinize through indisputable. Study assessment and evaluation terms. Practice quality control vocabulary. Focus on evidence-based language. Learn verification and validation expressions. Practice activities. Conduct formal evaluations using vocabulary. Write quality assessment reports. Practice peer review activities. Analyze evidence using critical terms. Week 4, Innovation and Strategic Thinking. Days 22-23, Change and Progress Leadership. Morning focus, master words 151 to 170. Innovation through contemporary. Study transformation vocabulary. Practice change management language. Focus on innovation and disruption terms. Learn trend analysis expressions. Practice activities. Present innovation proposals. Write transformation strategies. Practice future-focused discussions. Analyze market trends using vocabulary. Days 24-25, Strategic Planning Mastery. Morning focus, master words 171 to 185. Anticipate through adaptable. Study strategic planning vocabulary. Practice forecasting and projection language. Focus on sustainability and scalability terms. Learn strategic thinking expressions. Practice activities. Develop strategic plans using vocabulary. Practice scenario planning discussions. Write sustainability proposals. Engage in future thinking exercises. Days 26-28, Complex problem-solving excellence. Morning focus, master words 186 to 200. Synthesize through holistic. Study systems optimization vocabulary. Practice integration and coordination language. Focus on efficiency and effectiveness terms. Learn comprehensive analysis expressions. Practice activities. Solve complex case studies. Write optimization proposals. Practice systems thinking discussions. Conduct holistic analysis projects. Memory techniques for rapid retention. 1. The story method. Create narratives connecting related vocabulary. For example, the astute analyst sought to substantiate her hypothesis by synthesizing empirical data, but the paradigm shift required her to scrutinize conventional assumptions more meticulously. 2. Mind palace technique. Associate vocabulary with specific locations in familiar spaces. Place innovation in your office, empathize in your living room, creating spatial memory connections. 3. Root word analysis. Break complex words into recognizable parts. Substantiate. Sub, under, stand, ate, make, equals make, stand, under. Synthesize. Syn, together, thesis, placing, equals placing together. 4. Emotional association. Connect words to personal experiences and emotions. Vindicate might connect to a time you were wrongly accused, making the memory more powerful. 5. Visual imagery. Create vivid mental images for abstract concepts. Paradigm might be visualized as shifting puzzle pieces representing worldview changes. Contextual integration exercises. Mastering C1 vocabulary isn't just about knowing definitions. It's about using words naturally and appropriately in complex contexts. Here are your daily practice strategies. Exercise Type 1, Academic Writing Integration. Daily challenge: write a 200-word paragraph incorporating 8 to 10 vocabulary words naturally. Topics rotate through. Technology's impact on society. Environmental sustainability solutions. Global economic challenges. Education system evolution. Healthcare innovation trends. Example paragraph using Week 1 vocabulary. Contemporary educational paradigms must synthesize traditional pedagogical approaches with innovative technological solutions. As institutions scrutinize conventional methodologies, they discover that pragmatic implementation of digital tools can substantially enhance learning outcomes. However, this transformation requires meticulous planning and comprehensive evaluation of empirical evidence. Educators must articulate clear objectives while remaining astute about potential challenges. The most eloquent arguments for change often emerge from perceptive analysis of student needs rather than theoretical assumptions. Successful integration demands both cognitive flexibility and systematic consolidation of best practices. Exercise Type 2, Professional Communication Mastery. Daily practice. Create professional scenarios using vocabulary clusters. Business meeting simulation. I'd like to substantiate our proposal with empirical data that corroborates market research findings. Our strategy synthesizes innovative approaches with pragmatic implementation timelines. We've scrutinized competitor analysis and can articulate clear differentiating factors. The paradigm shift towards sustainable practices requires comprehensive stakeholder collaboration. Academic conference presentation. This research elucidates the correlation between socioeconomic factors and educational outcomes. Our methodology exemplifies rigorous analytical standards while maintaining objective evaluation criteria. The findings challenge conventional assumptions and necessitate paradigm reconsideration in policy formulation. Exercise Type 4, Listening and Speaking Integration. Daily practice sessions. Advanced podcast analysis. Listen to sophisticated content, TED Talks, academic lectures, business podcasts, and identify vocabulary and natural speech, note pronunciation and intonation patterns, practice shadowing sophisticated speakers, summarize content using target words, structured speaking practice, 2-minute impromptu speeches using vocabulary themes, formal presentation practice with academic language, debate preparation using argumentative vocabulary, professional interview simulation with business terms. Exercise Type 5, Creative Application Challenges. Weekly creative tasks. Week 1, Academic Essay. Write 500-word argumentative essay using 25 target words naturally. Topic: the role of innovation in addressing global challenges. Week 2, Business Proposal. Create comprehensive business proposal incorporating professional vocabulary. Include executive summary, market analysis, and implementation strategy. Week 3, Research Summary. Summarize complex research findings using analytical and evaluative vocabulary. Practice transforming technical information into accessible language. Week 4, Future Vision Essay. Write visionary piece about future trends using innovation and strategic planning vocabulary. Demonstrate forward-thinking and complex analysis skills. Error analysis and correction. Common C1 vocabulary mistakes. 1. Register confusion. Incorrect: the boss substantiated the worker's complaint. Correct: the manager validated the employee's concerns. Note: match formality level to context. 2. Collocation errors. Incorrect: make a hypothesis. Correct: formulate a hypothesis. Practice: learn standard word partnerships. 3. Overuse syndrome. Problem: using sophisticated words inappropriately. Solution: master when simpler words are more effective. Example: utilize versus use in casual contexts. 4. Precision issues. Incorrect: the data corroborates the theory. Correct: the data supports the theory, unless specifically confirming. Note: understand subtle meaning differences. Self-assessment strategies. Daily monitoring. Vocabulary usage tracking in conversations. Recording speaking practice for analysis. writing sample evaluation for appropriateness, listening comprehension accuracy measurement, weekly evaluation, comprehensive vocabulary testing, speaking fluency assessment, writing sample professional evaluation, progress milestone documentation, monthly comprehensive review, formal speaking assessment recording, academic writing sample creation, professional communication portfolio, standardized test simulation, technology integration tools, recommended apps and platforms, Anki, Quizlet, spaced repetition flashcards, Grammarly Premium, writing enhancement feedback, SpeechLing, pronunciation assessment, news in slow English, listening comprehension, academic word list apps, systematic vocabulary building, online resources, British Council Advanced Learning, Cambridge Academic English Materials, Oxford Academic Vocabulary Lists, Coursera C-Level Courses, BBC Learning English Advanced Content. Maintaining intensity during challenges. Achieving C1 level in 30 days requires unprecedented dedication and mental resilience. Here's your psychological survival guide. Week 1. Foundation and momentum building. Expected challenges. Information overload sensation. Doubt about feasibility. Initial enthusiasm decline. Psychological strategies. Focus on daily wins rather than monthly goals. Celebrate vocabulary retention milestones. Create accountability partnerships. Visualize professional/academic benefits. Motivation mantras. Every word I master opens new opportunities. I am expanding my intellectual capacity daily. Fluency is built through consistent daily effort. Week 2. The plateau push. Expected challenges. Progress feeling slower. Vocabulary confusion increase. Motivation wavering. Psychological strategies. Track usage in real conversations. Document breakthrough moments. Connect with advanced speakers. Reward consistency over perfection. Reframe challenges. Confusion equals brain reorganizing for higher level. Difficulty equals approaching authentic proficiency. Fatigue equals necessary adaptation process. Week 3. Integration anxiety. Expected challenges. Feeling overwhelmed by complexity. Imposter syndrome emergence. Usage anxiety in real situations. Psychological strategies. Practice in low-stakes environments. Focus on communication over perfection. Document successful usage examples. Build confidence through preparation. Power thoughts. I am becoming an advanced English speaker. Mistakes are part of mastery development. My vocabulary expands my thinking capacity. Week 4. Sprint to mastery. Expected challenges. Physical and mental fatigue. Perfectionism pressure. Assessment anxiety. Psychological strategies. Maintain consistent routines. Celebrate accumulated progress. Focus on practical application. Plan post-challenge continuation. Success mindset development. Growth-oriented thinking. View challenges as capability expansion. Embrace temporary discomfort for permanent gain. Focus on process improvement over outcome pressure. Celebrate effort consistency over perfect performance. Professional identity shift. Begin identifying as advanced English speaker. Practice confident communication styles. Engage in sophisticated discussions. Volunteer for challenging language opportunities. Creating supportive environment. Physical environment. Designate study space with visual vocabulary reminders. Remove distractions during practice sessions. Create vocabulary wall with progress tracking. Organize materials for efficient access. Social environment. Inform family friends about intensive commitment. Join online C1 learner communities. Find advanced conversation partners. Schedule regular progress check-ins. Digital environment. Set phone or computer reminders for practice. Create playlist of advanced English content. Bookmark helpful resources for quick access. Track progress through apps and spreadsheets. Final motivation and next steps. You're embarking on transformation. This 30-day challenge isn't just about vocabulary. You're developing advanced cognitive abilities, expanding your professional opportunities, and joining the global community of sophisticated English speakers. Your future self will thank you. Imagine yourself in 30 days, confidently participating in high-level discussions, writing sophisticated proposals, understanding complex academic content, and thinking in advanced English patterns. Beyond 30 days. C1 mastery is the beginning, not the end. You'll have tools for lifetime learning, confidence for any English challenge, and foundation for even greater linguistic achievements. Community and support. Remember, thousands of learners have achieved rapid advancement through intensive methods. You're part of a community of ambitious, dedicated individuals transforming their capabilities. Final challenge. Commit publicly to this 30-day journey. Share your goal, track progress openly, celebrate milestones, and inspire others through your dedication and results. Your C1 English future begins today. The question isn't whether you can achieve this level. It's whether you're ready to commit to the intensity required for transformation. Welcome to your C1 Mastery Challenge. Let's begin.